Hi, Sam. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with me today.
Absolutely no problem.
I was really excited when we connected on LinkedIn and I found out you were a Bobcat.
I know, there aren't many Ohio University grads here in Bay City.
So, how are you today?
Oh, just fine. How are you?
Oh, that is great to hear, Sam. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Do you remember Silly Putty from when you were a kid? You could stretch it and mold it into literally anything you wanted. That is exactly how our ticket packages are structured. So we like to call them Silly Putty tickets. That being said, we can shape and mold our tickets into your company's needs to help you increase your sales. For example, how many salespeople do you have in this office?
Right now, we currently have 6.
Okay, that's great. And how many key accounts does each of those salespeople have?
Each salesperson has about 12 full accounts and is asked to acquire 1 new account each quarter.
That sounds totally reasonable. And what's the size of an important account to you?
Around $20,000.
Okay, and how important would you say new businesses to your salespeople?
Very important. Without new clients, there's no way to grow our business.
Do you have a plan in place that helps you get this new business every month?
To be honest, not really. We have our salespeople make calls and work to acquire new leads through their connections, but there isn't a set plan in place.
I completely understand. It's always difficult to get salespeople to focus on new business prospects. If you use our Silly Putty tickets, you could not only get your salespeople to, 1, focus on new business, but you could also get them really excited about acquiring this new business. And as the boss, you can easily keep track. The first step to have each salesperson identify to you which of their new prospects are key to them. That wouldn't be too difficult to do, would it?
No, that shouldn't be too difficult.
Most of my clients have told me that the key to building business from new prospects is for salespeople to develop a good relationship with them, typically through constant contact. In a lot of companies, salespeople will use an out-of-the-office activity like golf or lunch to build that relationship. The issue with this is that some people just aren't good at golf, and a lunch, well, when's the last time you really had a memorable lunch?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But by using our Silly Putty tickets, you can get your salespeople to build these relationships and focus on new business, and you can easily keep track.
That sounds like a very interesting concept.
This is how it works. The salesperson calls a prospect that they've been working on for a while. They'll ask them to a Blue Jays game next week, and they'll tell them they have the president's seats. The salesperson isn't just giving away these tickets. They're inviting the prospect to go to the game with them. This is where the salesperson has the chance to do some real out-of-the-office bonding. How effective do you think 2 to 3 hours at one of our Bay City games would be for building a relationship?
I mean, it seems like a good place to build a relationship. Everyone here in Bay City absolutely loves the Blue Jays.
Exactly. A lot of our clients have had even more experience when a sales manager or even the president attends games. Would you be willing to occasionally go to the ballpark and enjoy a game for the right account?
I mean, if it's as worthwhile as you're making it sound, I think I could definitely make time to do that for the right accounts.
If you're willing to make time in your busy schedule to attend an occasional game, do you think it'd be too much to ask of your salespeople to go to just 1 game a month with the right person?
I mean, if I'm making the time in my busy schedule to go to a game, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do the same.
Our team season is about 6 months long. So if all 6 of your salespeople took just 1 key prospect to the game each month, each salesperson would have built relationships with 6 new prospects over the season. Of those 6 prospects, how many do you think you could end up as real customers?
I'll take a guess and say maybe like 3.
Oh yeah, 3 would be a great number. For this though, let's take the bare minimum and say each salesperson only converted 1 prospect into a new customer. That would be $20,000 for each salesperson. If all 6 of your salespeople did this, you would have $120,000 in new business for your company after just 1 season. Do you see how I got that number?
Yeah, I understand.
So we've been talking a lot about new business. But what about your existing clients? After all, your competitors might be out there trying to build the same new relationships with your current clients. What do you think about having your salespeople take them out for just 1 night a month as well?
I mean, I think that seems to be pretty reasonable. We definitely need to maintain our current relationships just as much as we need to build new ones.
So to give each salesperson 1 game a month for prospects, you would need 6 games a month. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, great. And then, so you need a similar amount of games per month for your salespeople to take existing clients out to the games. On top of those initial 6 games a month, you would need an additional 6 games for your current clients. Altogether, that's 12 games a month. Now, let's talk about what type of ticket package would work best for you. Based on what you've told me, here's what I would suggest you do. Our best seating area is the club level. These seats have access to 3 exclusive lounges that have full bars, gourmet food, billiard tables, and super comfortable padded seats that are wider and give you more legroom. Not to mention, these seats have an excellent view of the field, and this is all included in your club level tickets. The cost of a planned, controlled, new business effort is really quite nominal for the return. For all your salespeople to go to just 2 games a month, 1 dedicated to a new prospect and 1 to a current client, you would need 12 games a month or 72 games for the season. Your return on investment would be substantial. If each of your salespeople brought in only 1 new client the whole season, your sales would increase by $120,000, Since you need 72 games, I would recommend 4 full season tickets. This would have you at 72 games taken with 9 games for your employees or more customers. The cost for 4 season tickets at club level is only $15,000. How happy do you think you'd be with those results by trying this plan?
I mean, $15,000 is a lot of money to spend with just the hope of getting new business. I'm just not too sure.
I totally understand that it can seem like a lot of money. But when your salespeople have the prospects at the game enjoying a cold beer and our gourmet club level food, they're bound to make a connection and will turn that into a new client. This decision would be worth at least $120,000 in new business to you, with the possibility to earn upwards of $360,000 if all of your salespeople converted 3 prospects into clients like you originally predicted. I can get this order in for you today and reserve you some of the best seats in the ballpark. Would you prefer the account in your name or in your company's name?
Okay, wow. I'm not sure if I'm ready to move on here. I think I need some time to think about this and maybe ask my partner.
I completely understand wanting to talk to your partner. I'm just going to go ahead and give you this evidence letter from CEO Mark Smith from Suit Space, so you can see how our tickets have helped transform his business. When do you think you'll be able to talk to your partner next?
Well, today's Friday, and my partner's out of the office, so I would say the next time I'll see him will be Monday morning when he's back in the office.
Okay, and then after having this meeting and looking at the program and your new business potential, what do you think your recommendation would be?
I would have to say after this meeting that it sounds like a pretty good idea if it's going to bring in all that new business to our company.
So then, after your recommendation, what do you think your partner would be inclined to say?
I mean, I think he would probably like it. He's all about new business, so it would probably make sense to him.
Then how about we just do this? Let's sign you up today. We'll use our opt-out clause. Essentially, the opt-out clause is going to give you time to go back, meet with your partner when you see him on Monday, and then, all right, next Wednesday's date on top of the agreement. You'll have until that date to opt out if you and your partner decide it isn't for you. This way, you can still get the best seats in the ballpark before anyone else snags them. But if you change your mind, then you can call me up by next Wednesday and I'll cancel the order.
I think it would just be better if I spoke with him first.
I totally understand wanting to speak with your partner, but it seems like a really big commitment on your own, but we can still use this opt-out clause. When you meet with your partner on Monday and he decides he doesn't like the $120,000 of new revenue for the minimal cost of $15,000, you have my number and I'll cancel it right when you call me.
This does look pretty good, but I just really think I should speak with my sales managers just to make sure it would work for them.
Okay, and when would you be able to talk with your salespeople?
Monday morning at our meeting.
Sam, you said earlier that it wouldn't be too much to ask your salespeople to spend 1 night a month out with a key prospect, right?
Right. I think it sounds reasonable in that they could all commit to that.
And you said you thought that the Bay City Blue Jays games could be a good place to develop relationships after hearing about our exclusive and relaxing club level. And there was that fact that you could be making $120,000 in new business, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So then, Sam, with all due respect to your salespeople, why are you letting them give their input? If you think this will work and you think they can spend just one evening a month out with a prospect and generate the $120,000 to $360,000 in new business, what is there to talk about it? Why don't we just do this? Let's sign you up today. We'll use the opt-out clause. That way, with the opt-out clause, again, you can go back and get your sales team input if you really want to, and you can speak with them, and you'll have until Wednesday to get back to us. I just really don't want you to miss out on these exceptional seats.
Yeah, let me think about it for a couple days, and I'll get back to you if I decide to sign the company up.
I understand why you think about it. If you take some time to think about it, maybe even thinking about it while you're walking on some beautiful beach, and you think about the $120,000 in new sales and the very, very little tiny cost of $15,000, do you think you'd be inclined to do it?
Yeah, I would say if I was walking on the beach thinking about something to bring in new sales, I'd be pretty inclined to do it.
Well then, great. Let's just do it today. We'll use the opt-out clause and everything will be great. What do you say? Do you think, do you think you'll be very pleased with those results?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, you're still kind of sounding a little hesitant, so I'm going to go ahead and show you this pros and cons list. So we'll put down the amount of money that you're going to bring in on the pros list. So that's $120,000 right away, just from each one turning one prospect into a client. And then out of that $120,000, how many would you say renew after the first year of business?
I would say about 75% of our business renews after year one.
Okay, great. So that's $90,000 on the pro side. So if we total that up, all in new business, let's see, you would have $210,000 altogether. So what is your biggest concern about this project?
I would definitely say the price.
The price. Okay, the price is huge. So let's put $15,000 on the con side. Do you have any other concerns?
I mean, I'm just not sure of how effective this will be.
Okay, so effectiveness. Okay, so as you can see on this pros and cons list, we have a whole $210,000 on the pro side and only $15,000 on the effectiveness on the con side. I totally understand why you're worried about the effectiveness, but I just really want you to take time and look at the whole list so you can make a great decision, and we can put in the order today so you can get those seats you were talking about earlier.
Okay, so after looking at that list and with the opt-out clause you were telling me about earlier, I think I'm ready to commit.
Okay, awesome. Do you have a company credit card you'd like to give me to use to pay with?
Yeah. One sec. There you go.
Okay, great. I'll go ahead and run this, and what will happen now is I'll send you a confirmation of the agreement and the contract, as well as a receipt of the transaction. I also want to give you a map of the ballpark so you can choose your favorite seats. If you have any questions or concerns, Sam, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here to help. As a thank you, I want to go ahead and invite you to our exclusive club members night later this month for a celebration of the team.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing you then.
Great, Sam. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.